Hello and welcome back to The Journey. I'm Jim Williams, and it's the day before Valentine's Day, and where would you expect to find our guys but in the shop working? So here I am. I found Alan Hagee. He's in the shop this morning. What are we working on this morning right now?
Starting to put the steering on the truck.
Wow. Try and make the thing so it goes more than just a straight line.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Now, how'd you do last weekend? I know you had some stuff going on. Looks like the frame's pretty well done. Or...
Yep, got the frame all welded up. I got a few pieces. We'll walk over there till I find the right tool for this job. But I got the frame all welded up last weekend. Getting a few details I got to get welded to it. And then once we get that done, I'll start putting it back together.
All right. Well, why don't you show us a little bit of what you got done then?
So, let's set that there. So what I got going on here is last weekend I took it all back apart, put the frame up on the bench over there, and started to weld it up. Got all the welding done. Got the motor mount welded in. I got this finished up, welding the subframe to those frame connectors there. Got all this finished up welded here. So this weekend my plan is to get the steering done. I'm going to put the engine back in for mock-up, and then because I got to get around the engine, the steering shaft, get that done. Get the rear end welded up. I got to get these parts for the 4-length welded onto that, and the plates for the airbags. And then finish and then weld up the finishing bars for 4-length. And starting to build. One thing is I rubber isolated the cab, which I don't think most rat rods get rubber isolated, but to continue that theme, I'm going to run some bars from here up to here to basically help support the seat belts in the truck, the upper seat belts. So this is going to get mounted to here through this hard rubber isolator with an 1.25 inch tube that'll go into the back of the cab, which will connect to another tube that'll kind of secure the back of the cab, which will mount those upper seat belt mounts to. So got to get those pieces cut out and then weld it onto this tube. Once that's done, I got to figure out where to mount the battery and the fuel tank, and then I should be able to start putting everything back together.
Okay. What's been some of your biggest struggles you've had here recently? We really haven't talked about too many struggles, but have you had anything that's been kind of you fighting with?
Well, to be honest with you, the last weekend I believe we were talking about brake booster.
Brake booster and all pedals. Yep.
Yep. So I had a traditional brake booster to mount to the cab of this truck. And put the slave cylinder in. That's another thing we can talk about today. If I get to that here, I gotta show you something up here. Obviously this is the brake. This is the slave cylinder for the hydraulic clutch, which mounts here. Got all this done. Last weekend I think we had when you looked at it last, this was just a hole in the...
Yep, you were working on cutting out that funky hole.
So this has all been welded in to mount the brake tube and the slave cylinder tube. So this part I guess mounts to the transmission. And this part is what goes in here. Well, as you can see, and that's mounted in there, there isn't a lot of room for a brake booster. So went to plan B and got a Hydro Boost brake booster out of a Mustang Cobra.
Okay.
That I believe will clear this. But it just came in and I'm ready to stick it in there and try it. So that'll be another thing I got to verify this weekend is that that'll fit and it doesn't get into the engine and clears here.
Okay.
Yeah, a little trial and error. That was a challenge. So got the brakes, the brake clutch assembly mounted. It's looking. I think that's going to go well. And then what else do we got here? the accelerator pedal out of the Dodge pickup wouldn't work either. It's too big, and so I've got this out of a Jeep Wrangler that
Okay.
is probably going to fit. I don't know yet.
If it doesn't, you probably could modify it.
This I can modify.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be this weekend too. I'll mount that in there.
Okay.
That and then verify that I've got so I can run the cable for that motor up to this. That is actually the same connection as what's on my Dodge pickup.
Okay.
Yeah. Got a lot of cool things going on.
Awesome. So you've got your goal for this weekend.
Yep.
It's still fairly early. It's what? It's just about 10 o'clock Saturday morning right now. It's like 0 or 10 below outside. I'm not sure. It's really cold. So there's no better place to be today than inside working on this. So
Not much to do outside.
yeah. We got another little weather front planning on coming in here, or at least they claim it will be. So might as well just play with some steel and figure out what we can do.
Yep. Yeah, it's all good. It's coming together. Got my rubber isolators from the front. Waiting on those. Got those. It's gonna be start looking like something soon.
Well, I'd be really interested when we make the engine make a little noise. But I suppose that's quite a little ways yet. You got some work to do with the coolant and turbocharger and.
Yeah, I'm gonna remote mount the charge air cooler and the radiator. So I've got some tubes to run, but I got some ideas how that's gonna work.
And you still have, let me see, you still have a little bit of body work to do with the hood or the cab here, because you got to put your tunnel in for your drive shaft, and
Yep.
so
Yeah.
golly, the work just doesn't seem to let up on you.
No, it doesn't seem to, but it's all progress.
Yep, moving along in the right direction. Well, awesome. I saw Willie's truck is over in front of his shop area, so I figured I'd stop over and see him again too, and see where he's at on his project. So I'll get out of your way and let you keep working.
Yeah, I hear he got his hydraulic or his air suspension working. So.
Well, he mentioned he was hopefully going to have that able to be visible when we stopped in again the next time, so we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, well, take care and keep working on this rig.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep, no problem. All right, well, not doing too bad. We just got done seeing Alan.
Did you?
So
Well, I got the cab mounts on.
All right.
Just took the cab off, and I've got all of this aligned now and spot welded. It took quite a few days to get that thing where it needs to be. It's finally where it needs to be, so I'm going to go ahead and weld the mount brackets on the rear end and get her hooked up and run some more air to it and see how she goes. But I think it's like 1 to 1.5 ratio. So if the bags move 4 inches, the frame will move 6 inches, which is where I want it. So
Awesome.
And then after that, hook up all the front bags. Rear bags are done. Put the rear end in and get the tires on, and it'll be a rolling chassis. And then March 7th is when the engine's gonna go in.
March 7th.
March 7th, the engine will be going in. I'll have everything done on the frame that needs to be done. Get the engine in it and start that journey. Because that's a journey that is going to take a while for me. But with YouTube out there and networking a little bit, I think I can get her done, man. So
Awesome.
that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah, I see. Now people can get a good idea of what those pieces were kind of for on that. That's going to make it a pretty unique design for suspension. I'm really liking that look and that.
It is. It's all going to be hidden.
Yeah.
So it was nothing I really did for cool design, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of sanding and grinding to do on those holes, but it's pretty much all going to be hidden anyway, and I needed to do it because my bags were a little bit small in the back. They wouldn't have the travel distance. With the cantilever system, it'll have the travel needed, and it'll be at a comfortable ride height.
And like I said, you got your cab mounts all welded on, and both on the cab and on the frame are all good?
On the cab and on the frame.
Yep. And I see you got...
She's pretty good.
You got rotors and such on the front.
Yeah, the front's going to be pretty easy. Got spacers in yesterday, so it'll bring my front wheels out a couple inches, which will give me a little more room to put the shocks right here.
Ah.
And actually, it'll make both the front and the back the same exact width, which is not real good, but you know, for a trip going down to Vegas and back, I think it'll be just fine.
Well, it isn't going to hurt anything.
No. Might make it look a little more symmetrical. I don't know.
Maybe. All right.
That's about it, man.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah.
All right. Well, I won't bother you too much because that's going to take a little work to get everything finished on. And I know you want to get the... If you have a hard fixed date for the engine, and that's only... What, that's 3 weeks? Roughly?
Yep.
Yeah.
And by then I'll have I'm having a company specially make a harness for that. So all I really just got to do is plug it in, and then mess with a few of the wires. I did a little research on it, and I think that's all I have to do. So, and it'll be able to show me what I need. You know what I mean, as far as cruise control if I want that, or all that other stuff. Which I don't want any of that. I just want the basic stuff.
Start and run.
Start and run. And that all has to do with the ignition and the accelerator. And once I can get those two going, it'll be running. So I'm hoping mid-March to beginning of April, I can get her at least started up and
make some noise.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll get out of your hair and let you keep working.
Sounds good, man. See you next time.
Yep.